Hello, everybody, and welcome to a very special podcast. The reason this is special is because it's the first one recorded in Hayden's new house in Barbados. He's got a new studio. He's got a new studio. This is it, bruv. This is where you take over the podcasting world with your new studio.
I don't think it's quite that way. So I've got no blinds, nothing at the moment, just winging it. But
that's what we do best, bruv. It's what we do best. In today's episode, we are going to be bringing back something I think we've done before. Hayden, have we done, and I swear we have, an underrated, overrated episode a few years ago?
Sounds familiar, possibly.
Yeah, because you know what? I was watching, as always, TikTok, and there was, what was it, YouTube? Either way, somebody did it, and it was really cool. And it kind of reminded me what a fun episode that was. So I thought basically we'd do a bit of that because we've not done it for ages. And that's usually quite a laugh as well when we do it. So that's what we're going to be doing as well. So we want you to get involved in that. But before we do that, I've got some random questions for you. Are you ready for these?
Let's go.
The first one is, by the way, if you're new around here, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. This one, Hayden's YouTube channel as well. The podcast's got its own channel. Join 40 Runs Running Club. And leave us a nice review if you listen to this as a podcast. I forget to do all these things, Hayden, on every episode. So I just thought I'd remind myself to do it. Anyway, so the first question I have for you is, would you pay for a 5K social kind of run-ish sort of thing? 5K run?
No. Straightforward, no. What's the point? Why?
The reason I ask this is because on my feed today, I had a sponsored post from Decathlon UK that were advertising a 5K run in Stevenage, so it's the park run route, on a Sunday. Why would you? And they were charging. Obviously, kids go free, which I think is a good thing, right? But on a Sunday morning, kids can run for free anyway at park run.
What are you getting for? Is this? Are you getting a medal for this? Are you getting the free?
I'm guessing you'll get some old toot or whatever. I don't know. But I was just blown away by the fact that Decathlon have set up these races that are taking place in random areas, and they're charging people for 5K. And I thought, that's a bit strong. You're obviously just jumping on the bandwagon.
Yeah, the only thing I was saying is defense. Stevenage isn't quite downtown Chicago or Boston Common, but we have paid for 5K races in the past. Slightly different, I would say, coming from a different perspective. I think the worst thing about it is what you just said, the fact that it's at the Stevenage Park Run. You could do it the day before for free.
There's a Stevenage Park Run on the day before. And then if you want to get your kids, I think it's good the fact not charging for kids, but on the Sunday, why not just get up, same time, take your kids to Hartford, which is 10 minutes down the road, and your kids can do Junior Park Run for free. Anyway, and you can run with them for free, by the way. So, or you could volunteer while your kids run around. Bit of a funny one here. I just thought, again, commercialization of the trend.
I think we're getting to that point within running in the running world where everyone, it's a natural progression now, and everyone wants to try and get their bang for their buck. Everyone wants to try and take a bit of money out of this. It's not going to, we've said it loads of times, it's not going to last forever. So get in there while you can, get your money and get out. That's what it's like that
geezer, Friday nights, lights, nights run, millionaire. Fair play to the geezer, he's a millionaire. Started that. Which brings me on to my next question. Do you think run clubs are now bigger than running influencers? Do you think their impact is greater?
I would say that they're certainly on the up and the incline, whereas running influencers, in my opinion, my humble opinion, are definitely on the low and the decline, and their influence is becoming a lot less due to loads of issues that have happened over the past.
Oh yeah, saturation again. Months. But it was interesting again. I was reading about this, but there was a post by like one big like Instagram channel sort of thing, let's call it. And they were sort of saying the biggest run clubs in London. They're all the young, hip, groovy ones. There was a fair play to them. There was like Fulham was on there, traditional run club, and Serpentine was on there as well. But they were like all those hip and cool London run clubs on there. And then it made me think. I was like, actually, I think the run clubs, it's particularly in like the big cities like Manchester, London, and other places, I've probably got more influence now. I'm putting 40 runs aside because we're totally swimming in a different like swimming pool, right? These are targeting that Gen Z where the money's being thrown at by all the brands. But yeah, I think they've got probably more influence now than in these smaller groups than a lot of the big influencers.
Well, I suppose if you're a youngster and you see what's happening in the running world and the fun they seem to be having, they're going out on Friday nights, Saturday nights, whatever. That's influence enough in itself to want to get involved. You don't need to be watching someone who's got 1 million subscribers on YouTube telling you how to run and how to pace things. This is what it comes down to as well, doesn't it? I find a lot of these younger run clubs, not so much younger, that's not fair. A lot of the social run clubs, they're not as pace focused, they're not as race focused. They're not about that community and that social.
Well, you say that, but some of the ones they highlighted in there were talking about
fair play for them and that.
Right, well, no, there's some of the like pure sport and stuff like that. They were saying, these were paced ones. There was like a track one, and again, nothing wrong with it. I think it's good that there's something for everybody, yeah. But it was just, I think it's a positive thing. Not from somebody who both are sitting here. We both run the club, right? Well, you do better than me, but we have a big say in how the club works. But again, we swim in a different pond to what these these clubs, whether they'll be around, whatever you think about it. With the clubs, our club's been going 10 years nearly. So it's a different kettle of fish. But I just think in a good way, I think they're now, a lot of them have more influence than some of these.
It's that word, isn't it? It's trying to get like the actual meaning or the interpretation of that word influence. What actually does that involve? For you to influence someone else, like someone might see something you do a shoe review. Do they go out and buy that shoe because you've influenced them? Or do they think your opinion, or do they think they value your opinion? I suppose that is influencing them. Or what if someone hates you? They really don't like you.
Do you want a list?
Okay. No, we ain't got time. But someone really don't like you, but you
yeah.
but let's just say you review a shoe and you give a good review. Do you think that person would still take your advice on it? Are you still influencing them if they don't like
they're happy to go on the list that's so big according to you. No, I know what you mean. I do know what you mean. I know exactly what you're getting at. So how much still does that influence that? Yeah, because potentially it could do, because in that video, I don't know, I might turn around and say that, because he's a comment, that Brooks Hyperion Max 4, whatever number, is total and utter rubbish, right? For me, yeah, because of this, and this reason. But Geezer Rick watches it, says, I disagree with everything you said. I bought the shoe and I love it. So, have I influenced him a little bit? Probably. Do you know what I mean? Because he's still gone out and bought it.
Yeah, but he's probably gone into it with a different mindset. He's probably got your when he's trying them, he's having that run. He's probably thinking, Fordy said about doing this, doing that. They don't work for him. He's probably thinking about it. So in a way, yeah, it might not be the influence we think about.
That does work for me. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And you do influence people. Like, as you say, like with gels and things like that. Right, I'm taking these. Oh, I'm after a new gel. I'm going to give them a go. Oh, yeah, they've worked. So, yeah, you do inadvertently. And I think that's the thing. So within that run club scene, one person turns up for a new gel. All of a sudden, 20 of you try using it.
Yeah.
And that's powerful because it's a collective group, isn't it?
Well, it's powerful for the brands, whereas the brands were always focused on this influencer. Now it's that individual. Now they've got this pool. Group. They've got this. It's a bigger group for them to.
The only thing is, I think what they've realised, the problem is for them, is that they've now, where before, like for us, we used to work for free, and we still do with a lot of brands, but we work for free with like certain brands and things like this, because that's not what we ask them to bring certain things to us to increase the experience of our runners. Yeah. Now run clubs are turning around and going to these brands. Yeah, we do that. It's 20 grand.
Yeah.
I mean, we've never been paid 20 grand to do anything.
No,
but it's true. Not. And again, fair play to the run clubs, but I don't know. What do they get? What do they get out of that sort of thing? I don't know. It's a funny old one, isn't it? But the money that they were spending on influencers probably now gets chucked towards the run clubs. I don't know. These hip up and comers. Again, I can categorically tell you now, we ain't getting 20 large from someone to go to Sports Direct in London and try out the new Adidas shoe. I can tell you that.
Nice if you did.
I was going to say that'd be blinding, wouldn't it? We'll go out for dinner. And I'm talking about the whole club. I'm talking about the whole club. Right. Last one, and this is again totally got nothing to do with anything, but again, I saw something on my feed because I want to get into the underrated, overrated. Do you think there is enough running tracks in the UK, athletics tracks? Because running's so popular, right? But there's not as many tracks, I don't think, as necessary is that people could use. And the ones that are, have got in such high demand, you can't get on them.
Yeah.
If there was more available, would you go to one?
Yeah, I think the word is the available. I know of a few where they are, but as you said, trying to book a block session or trying to get onto them, it's very difficult because your traditional run clubs, they block book things, which is absolutely fine because you go to run club on a Tuesday and a Thursday, 7 to 8:30. They've got the track for that, and that carries on infinity. So it's difficult. There's actually something. I think it was Boston, in Boston, USA. There's more running tracks in the city of Boston than there is in the whole United Kingdom, which I thought was quite interesting as well.
That is interesting. So again, we're on the same wavelength. I think because there was and I can't remember the borough. I swear it was like Crystal Palace or an area like that. It's got a new track or something's happened where they've had some money jumped on a track. But I was trying to think about it. We've got one here. We've got one in Leaf Alley, which again is not close, but it's the closest one. And then we've got one in Ware, Hertfordshire. Again, not a million miles away. But that is always booked out. Always booked out. I tried to go to a track in East London because a client of mine recommended it. He's working over there. And I tried to get booked on for that. Couldn't get booked on for it. And I was like, you know what? And then I saw a video by This Messy Happy. Big shout out to them. Ben, he was doing some, I think it was 800 or something repeats. Or so. He was up to something, but obviously he lives in Thailand. He was on a track. And I was like, you know what? In a way, I kind of miss it. I just feel like with the popularity of running, and I see, we've got the Commonwealth Games going on at the moment. I see, England Athletics not doing enough for kids into running and sport in athletics, let's say. I don't think, you don't see anything about that. I've got 2 young kids not pushed into athletics at all at school. So, England Athletics, I don't know what they're doing with all the money that we give them other than paying themselves massive salaries and that sort of stuff and that kind of thing and spending money at the running show on 25 grand stands that they shouldn't really be doing when they're the regulator of our sport. But I just feel like how are you going to continue to get kids into it when they see the popularity? Because junior park run's an amazing thing. Again, it's so incredible. That's why, talk about that 5K, but you could go and take your kids along to a junior park run. But it's like screaming out for more athletic tracks in the country. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Because the popularity of running, are we going to see a boom in athletic tracks being built? I don't know. I'd like to see it.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I think I used to, when I was young, a lot younger, I used to do a lot of swimming. We used to swim for county. We used to swim for nationals and everything. And it was well known back when we were there. There was only 2 swimming pools in the whole of the UK that were 50 metres, which we could call long course, like full Olympic-sized pools. I think it was back of my mind, it's something like the Commonwealth Games in Manchester, and they built another one. And then they built another one to end up being 4 or 5. And straight away, the level of our swimmers in the United Kingdom went up a different level within 2 or 3 years. And if we get to the 2012 Olympics and that, yeah, we've got Australia and stuff like that to compete against. But the medals we're bringing home from the United Kingdom in the swimming, it's because they've invested and they've got that infrastructure in place. It made a huge difference. Same as the cycling as well, I think. When they started doing the velodrome and stuff. So if they did invest more in tracks, obviously the demand is clearly there. Maybe we would have
This is what I'm saying to you. You've got this is going to be a very strong statement. But bear with me. A nation of runners, because of the popularity at the moment. Yeah, look how many people went in for the London Marathon. Some of them are going to have kids. Some of them are already doing park run with kids, but there might not be an opportunity to get them along to something. But if there's a new track. Just saying. I don't know. And again, with that sort of, what is it? I'm going to sneeze in any. You're welcome. that sort of 29-year-old, 25 to whatever, that's, was the biggest person ladies who went into the London Marathon. Again, if there was tracks that they could go to do track sessions, social run clubs there, sessions and things like that in the winter, obviously it's a bit safer, you'd hope, than running along the streets. It would be a good thing, right? You say you've got in other countries municipal tracks everywhere. Yeah. But over here, it's something we're really lacking in. And I think, again, it comes down to the absolute shocking management of places like England Athletics and stuff like that they don't, they don't help and invest in the sport.
Right. It has to be, just quickly, it has to be financially viable, I suppose, for the actual track itself. Yeah. So at the moment, any sort of like leisure land like that, if you're going to build anything nowadays, you're going to build a paddle club. Easiest thing to build. Booming, you're absolutely, you make shed loads of money out of it.
True.
It's just a new sport, it's a new craze that will take over running. So you heard it here first.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree. I mean, I think you're absolutely bang on in terms of that. Why would you, if you're a businessman, why would you put a track in your car park when you could put some courts on?
It's like 170 quid for an hour and a half. There are 4 people split between them. And you could book that out 8 hours, 9 hours a day, 7 days a week.
24, it's 24/7. Yeah, a track's obviously it's probably going to be hard to recoup its money. That said, there's a lot of running clubs around, there's a lot of social run groups around.
Mm-hmm. But isn't the idea of England Athletics that they will subsidise that difference to make it the business worthwhile?
I don't know, mate. I just, again, they've got the coaching system in place. Let's get kids involved. Let's get kids active. Let's get, because that's ultimately what we want, right? Yep. Where's all the money going other than on them? No, it's definitely not on the IT systems. Right, underrated and underrated. Are you ready? Now, I want you all to play along for the next 13 minutes at home. And these are coming quick fire, and I've split these up.
This is going to be like an uncensored. I can feel it coming.
I think it's already started along them lines anyway. You slagging off England Athletics. Right, I've sort of split these out a little bit. So we're going to start with gear and shoes, favourite subject over here. You've got to give me underrated, overrated, and I'll take a little bit of answers, but I'm conscious of the time.
Yeah.
So let's start with the obvious one. Carbon plated racing shoes, super shoes in general, overrated or underrated?
Underrated.
Really?
Yeah.
Why are you going underrated?
I think a carbon shoe makes a world of difference. Even if it is just a placebo effect, a carbon plated shoe. And that's why the majority of, I can't say the majority, a big proportion of the top 300 finishers in each marathon all wearing carbon plated shoes. There's a reason for it.
Yeah, but everyone just seems to be wearing them for training. I think they're overrated.
You didn't say, but see, you didn't say training. You just said shoes in general. Though to be fair, you said carbon plated shoes. I'm not going to say they're overrated because they're certainly not. If you said for training, carbon plated shoes,
I think they're overrated. I think it's more the runner. I think you're right. I think they're overrated. Right, mega stack shoes, like so big stack shoes, overrated or underrated?
Overrated.
Overrated. I'm going underrated.
But totally in sync.
I love them. I like the cushion that lot, but I don't mind a heavier shoe sometimes. Not all the time. Don't get me wrong. I still very much like I call them on the channel like low slung killer, like a lower stack, lighter, faster feeling shoe you can train in. But I have found if you go through, obviously I review a lot of shoes, but if I was picking out my favourites, most of them would be max stack shoes. So
I must be honest, I'm in the Prime Strong 3. I've gone back to them at the moment. I'll be honest, I do love them. So maybe I need to rethink that answer.
Okay. Still on the shoes, non-plated race shoes. Overrated, underrated?
Overrated.
Underrated. So I'm thinking straight away, Super Blast, Mega Blast, you know, those sort of shoes. Even some people Evo SL into the races. Why are you saying that?
Oh, Joe, I would never ever come on your Monday show because I'd get lynched because you've got
absolutely strung out.
You've got this cult following about the Super Blast, but for me, the Super Blast.
Have you ever tried the Super Blast? By the way,
I have. I've been in the 2s and the 3s. They're boring. They've done nothing for me whatsoever. And I wouldn't dare say that out loud on your Monday show because you'll get cult following there.
I'll send them your new address in Barbados. Right, last one on this. Actually, no, 2. Whoop, the Whoop things, because Garmin's just brought out a new version of their own thing of the Whoop. These sort of faceless health tracker sort of thing. Very clever. But what do you think about them? Underrated, overrated?
The particular one, the Whoop. I'd say.
We bought a Garmin one. I don't know really much different.
Yeah, I'd say underrated.
Underrated, really?
Yeah.
Even the older rings as well, the Aurora rings and that sort of stuff. Let's say wearable tech, but like not like a smartwatch or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's got to be science behind it. I just think the more we look into things, you've got to find little margins. I think you can improve yourself, even if it just means you being a bit more involved in running and understanding a bit more. I think it's a good thing.
I think they're overrated. Get it all on your watch.
It's true.
It's true. Okay, we're going to move on to culture and community. I'm not sure. Again, this is obviously put together by me. Run club outfits in terms of like those. You see the sort of this that you know what I'm talking about. Run club fits, let's call it. We've seen certain brands pairing up with certain fashionable run clubs and things like that. Overrated, underrated?
Overrated, 100%.
What the fashionable sort of
it's just
element.
It's
gone the wrong way, isn't it?
It's gone the wrong way, in my opinion. Actually, yesterday, run on the river, there was 11. I counted all of them coming towards me. 11 boys between the age of about 18 and 22. All 11 just in shorts, socks, and trainers. Nothing else. All tops off. All of them ripped to hell. All just running towards me. And I counted them. I couldn't believe it. Not one of them had a top on.
Okay. Interesting one. Run commuting. Overrated or underrated?
For me, it's overrated. It's a no-no because you don't want to get to work. It's all right if you've got showers at work. You're a bit privileged, but that aside, no, it's not good. It's not a good look.
It's overrated, you reckon?
Yeah.
I think it's underrated. But I'd go the other way. I'd run home.
No, that's a good point. I will change my answer. I'm thinking about just getting to work. Getting home from work, I've done it myself. I'll do it myself.
I think it's free mileage in a way.
Absolutely.
I think it's underrated. I don't think it's on many people's radars. I don't think people think about it. I see people sitting on the train and I think, you get off a stop early.
Do you know, where I lived up until last week, it's about 10K from my workplace. It's quicker for me to run home than drive home.
Honestly, a lot of the time it is. Yeah. A lot of the time it is. It could be controversial, so tread carefully. Jeffing. Yeah, overrated or underrated?
Massively underrated. Massively underrated still to this day.
Finally, we agree on something.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you see the guy does the Boston qualifying doing Jeffing. It's incredible. It's a technique that you can perfect, and it's a technique to get people into running. It's got so many benefits to it. It's fantastic.
Okay. Run streaks. Overrated.
Underrated.
Yeah, I'm with you again. It's interesting. We're now getting on the same track.
It's the whole injury thing for me.
I just remember back to Ben Bailey with his 2,000 days, and the day he finished, he got injured. It's just mental, isn't it?
Totally,
absolutely mental. Yeah, I think run streaks they're not for everyone. They're really not for everyone, but I think it is. Moving on to training and racing, ballot culture. You've got to be in every ballot. Overrated, underrated. He's laughing because it's
hard for me to I'm not going to be a hypocrite. I've got to go underrated because I can't go in from a lot of the ballots. I just do.
Yeah, but I think it is a culture, isn't it?
No, it is.
Because you see it from every race selling out at the moment. Again, there's no wrong answers here. Yeah. And none of these are deliberately there to cause an issue, right? No. I think it's just an interesting state of the world of running at the moment. But
I think it depends on why they're going in. I don't like the idea of people going into like London Marathon just because they can, just because I can do that. I don't like that. I get the idea if you want to try loads of different races that are really hard, you just think I'm going to go into ballots for all these, and what I get. That's brilliant.
Yeah, I think the whole ballot thing is a bit overrated. I think people should be taking their time, as you know. I said about this. Zone 2 training. And the obsession, I think it's got less, but because people have been coming out and saying it's turp, but there's obviously science behind it. But overrated, underrated, Zone 2?
We're going to disagree here. I'm going underrated. I do like a Zone 2 run.
I'm with you actually. I'm going to go under. I still think it's underrated. I think you've got to do it properly. I think that's one of the things. People say, "Oh yeah, I'm Zone 2 training." And you're like, "When was the last time you actually set your zones properly?"
Well, I saw someone. I think it was on Instagram. I'm Zone 2 training. His heart rate was 170, 169, 170. I'm like, if your zone 2 is 170, imagine what it's like zone 5 is. What, like 230, 240? Honestly, it's
again, like it's just the thing. If you're going to do it properly, as always. But again, that's not been obvious to people. There's not a lot of stuff out there to say how to do it properly. Do you know what I mean? Because everybody's doing it, because all the influencers are doing it, because it's the fun thing to say. It's like the shows their absolute zero knowledge when they turn around and go, "Oh, what's the one thing you'd recommend?" You know, when they always stick to my, "Oh, zone 2 training," you're like, explain it to me and exactly what it means and how you've achieved, like how you're doing it, how you're monitoring it. Blah, 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 blah. They're like, "What?" It's just like they've heard it from somebody else saying it. I think this interesting thing: ultra distance going mainstream, overrated or underrated. And the reason I say is because like 50, 100K runs now seem to be like mainstream, which is nuts. So do you think ultras overrated or underrated?
Overrated.
Overrated. Is that because it's so bloody hard?
Yeah, and I just maybe I got the bollocks to do one. I don't know. It's a different, for me, it's almost like a different sport. Going back to the swimming thing. When I used to swim, I used to swim in a pool. When I went to open water swimming, there's still swimming, but it's a different sport. For me, running right up to a marathon, running when it's still an ultra, it's a different mindset. It's everything about you is different. The way you fuel, the way you pace it, everything's different. For me, it's different sport. So
I think they're incredible people to do those ultras. I couldn't do it. I honestly couldn't do it. I think ultras are underrated, but I think making a mainstream is overrated.
Yeah. That culture now where people do everything. Look at me, I'm He-Man. I can do an ultra.
I can do like 52 ultras in a weekend. AI generated training plans, getting onto the old Claude and smashing it in. But I suppose you could say the same about apps as well. AI generated apps, overrated, underrated.
I think as of late, we're getting to the point where they're a little bit overrated. I think it's getting a bit old hat now, if I'm honest.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm sort of they're overrated, but I'm sort of checked out because it's just no point.
There was a market from about a year ago, a huge market, maybe 2 years ago. I just think now people can get that information elsewhere, or they're going down different routes. I think it's a little bit, maybe got a bit oversaturated. I don't know. Yeah,
I think you're right. I think the day Strava bought Runner was the top. Because, you know, when we look at the market trends and things like that, that was the top of the market. They bought a database, very clever. But now with the accessibility and how smart people are using AI to generate it, Claude can, plug straight into Strava, I think, and all this sort of stuff. It can do everything that Runner you pay for Runner. Do you know what I mean? So again, that's Runner and other apps. Be fair to other apps as well, not just saying about Runner. But yeah, I mean, again, they provide a service for many runners around the world. So fair play to them if it helps people get into running and stay running.
Exactly. Yeah, depends on what you want to do with yourself. And
but they probably are overrated now. This last section is not AI generated. First one, park run, overrated or underrated?
Massively
underrated. No, stop and think. Overrated or underrated in its current guise? We did a good episode on this, and actually I'm just gonna shout out to every single person that's commented and still commenting on that podcast. Yeah, if you've not listened to that, go and check it out. Right, we did a really good episode about talking about park run. We call it the problem with park run. We're talking about the popularity of park run and things like that. And there were some really good, sensible comments. There was obviously a couple of idiots. Most of them we deleted, but there was some balanced comments on there, right? And it was really interesting to hear some of the feedback, both sides of the argument. So go and check that out. So in its current state, would you say park run's overrated or underrated?
Still underrated. I think there's possibly a tipping point. What we spoke about on that podcast, as you said, it's evolving, it's changing. But for me, it hasn't gone past that line where I start thinking, this is a bit overrated now. It hasn't gone that far for me yet. So for me, still underrated.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think it's still underrated. Anything that's free and gets people running, underrated.
Yeah.
I've just seen the time. Ready? We're going to bash through this. World Abbott Majors, underrated, overrated?
Underrated.
I'm going overrated. I'm going overrated. I think that ship sailed. I love them. I'm still trying to achieve them. So, but I'm just a fraction into overrated now. I think we could see the point where they're getting too out of reach for too many people, which
For
is
me,
not bad. Yeah,
no, it's not bad for it, but for me, it's just the pinnacle of marathon running. For
yeah,
me,
I don't disagree with you on that. Yeah, I don't disagree, but I just wonder if we're going too far. Again, I am somebody who's chasing 6 stars, but yeah, I don't know. I think we may be just tipping over into slightly overrated. Next one, you ready for this one? London Marathon.
Overrated, easy.
I knew he was going to go there.
Yeah.
I'm going to base it on this year's race, and I'm going to say overrated. I'm going to go over the last 10 years, underrated. So as a whole, I would say it's still very much, an amazing experience. Forget the 2-day bollocks that they're doing. Forget that. Because they're trying to, try to do something different. But in general, overall, over the period of time that I've done it, that I've been lucky enough to do it for charity, I'd say underrated. But based on this year, massively overrated, too busy, not enough space on course, too many Herberts out there trying to go for sub-3. Running podcasts.
Still, for me, they're popular, but for me, still underrated. I listen to a massive variety of them, and some I don't like, but I keep listening. Some I love. It's just, it's underrated for me. I do like podcasts.
Okay, I'm going overrated. Again, it's just stuff. I'm talking about my own stuff here. Running YouTube channels.
No, I'm still going to go underrated. It's something I still enjoy. It's something I still like to watch. And every now and again, you get a channel that does something a little bit different. You think, I like that. So for me, still, as a
Actually, that is a fair point. That is a fair point. I've been a bit naughty as always. I think running podcasts, running YouTube channels, and again, I've got them, so I'm being self-critical. Okay, in fairness. So I think all doing a similar sort of thing, all like, I'm going to go and train for this, or I'm going to go and do this, and all that sort of stuff. Running shoot reviews, bar none, are pretty much the same thing. And again, I'm being self-critical, yeah. But in general, the how-to stuff's all the same stuff. They're regurgitating the same content over and over again. A lot of it's like on the bigger channels is just sponsored stuff for like, Garmin or whatever. Oh, we do this workout because they're getting paid a lot of money for Garmin. Again, fair enough, business, isn't it? So it's all the same. But I have to agree with you on what you've just said. There are channels and there are podcasts, yeah. And I'm going to put us obviously stuff into us, the stuff we that are doing new stuff and do cool stuff. So, yeah, actually, I'll take that point. So I was going to go overrated, but actually, on balance, I think, as you say, there's somebody said to me on, I'll tell you who it was, and I nearly wet myself. Anyone who watches F1, my favorite podcast channel that I listen to when I'm running is P1 with Matt and Tommy. Yeah. And they commented on a video because his best mate's got a running YouTube channel. And I think it was called Crown My Run or something like that. It's his best mate. Again, totally different, totally new sort of thing. And there was a lot of people on my video commenting about middle-aged runner, Mom. And I watched one of his videos the other day. It's brilliant. It was hilarious. So again, if somebody's doing something different, fair play to them.
And I know you're gonna hate this, but I'll give just 2 real quick examples. I think yourself used to do a lot of races and do the same races, and they're great to watch, and yeah, it's fine. And then you switched it up. The shoe reviews, that's up to you. If that's your bag, it's your bag. But then you do Chasing Dreams. It's a series of where you are, what you're up to, and I think you watch that, and it's something you can get embroiled in, something you can watch. It feels like you're watching something on TV. Again, that's something different you don't see. It's over longer content, which I really like. I think Run to Japan, when he was doing up to the Tokyo, just things that every now and again, something comes up and you think to yourself, you just watch it and you have a smile. You just think, that's different. I don't want to sit there and watch someone go and run London Marathon. I don't but yeah, something like that. There is different ones. So if we're going on that basis, I'd say still, there's that underrated element still there.
Okay, last one. And this is for you. Only you're allowed to answer this one. This is the final one in which we're going to end this episode. And I know the answer. Strava.
Still massively underrated. My favorite.
He's a Strava lover.
Love Strava.
I'm going to get you a T-shirt for your birthday that says Strava lover on it, and a Strava lover hat, and a Strava lover coat that you can wear, and a hoodie.
This has been so blown out of proportion. I don't even do much on Strava. I do my runs on Strava. That's it.
He's getting paid by Strava millions of pounds to
advertise. If I was, I would love it. Please.
Love it.
Please.
Oh, Strava, what a load of old shit.
No.
Right,
What you're saying? You're saying overrated for Strava, just to confirm that. Yeah?
Massively. It's a cesspit of doom. People trying to take crowns off of people, being horrible to them, and comparing each other on the thing. It's an absolute cesspit of doom. You can record your runs on Garmin for free, on Polar app, Coros app, whatever, for free. I just don't get it. I simply don't understand why people pay for it.
No, never. That's overrated.
But the obsession of posting it on Strava and commenting and trying to bring people down on it, and all this awful sort of stuff. It's and looking up people just to I just find the whole thing total waste of time. But anyway, everyone each to their own. Especially you. Right, that's it. We've got to go because we've got to record another podcast, which will be out soon as well. So thanks very much. I hope you enjoyed this underrated, overrated episode. I thought we'd drag this one back out. Again, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Give us a nice review, especially if you're from EA that Hayden upset today, and from Strava that obviously he loves. So make sure you leave us a nice review. And again, make sure that you play along to those. We'd be very interested to know. If you do want to send us in your answers to all those, please email wedon'tcare@gmail.com. What? People know we're not being serious, honestly. Right, okay, team. That's it from us. I'm finding the outro. We shall see you on the next episode of what was an award-winning podcast at some point. See you later.